Okay guys, looking at the next lesson, drawing a lamp table. This lamp table here is 750 millimeters tall. It has tapered legs. Although we're not going to look at that in the tutorial, you can play around with creating your own design on the legs later. It has a chamfered edge on the tabletop running along the bottom edge, and it has these rails that are mortise and tenon into the legs. As you can see there, the mortise has been cut out of the leg and the tenon needs to be cut out of the rails. Okay, let's get started. So we'll jump into a fresh page and we're going to start with the rectangle tool and dragging out the dimensions, 42 by 42, enter. Push-pull tool, P on the keyboard, select, and let's drag it up to 750 millimeters tall, enter. Okay, there's the leg. Next thing we're going to do is create a mortise and tenon, a mortise here cut and a mortise cut here. To do that, I'm going to start with the line tool. I'm going to come from the center. If you hover over the center, it will show you the midpoint, and I'm coming across 6 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to come down. Well, we'll go in this way. Look at it from the top. Okay, I'm going to go in 10, enter. I'm going to drag that line across 12, enter, and bring it back. So that tenon that will be inserted in the mortise hole here is 10 millimeters deep by 12 millimeters wide. So I grab the push-pull tool and bring it down the width of the rail, which is 90 millimeters. Okay, so I do the same on this side. Find the midpoint, come across 6, come in 10, making sure I'm on the right axis, click, try that again, there we go, come across 12, click, bring it back on the green axis, push pull, come down 90. Okay, so there's my leg with my mortises cut out. Okay, what we're going to do now is create a component out of that leg. So if I select it, right mouse click, make component, and let's call it a leg. That way I can copy that, and any edits I make to this leg will be made to each of my legs. Okay, so I need to copy some extra legs across. Before I do that, I'm going to come down to the very outside corner and I'm going to draw myself in just some guides so I know where to place my legs. And it's going to be 400 by 400 millimeters square. Okay, next I need to copy these legs across. So to do that, I'm going to use the move tool. Okay, when we use the move tool, if we press Control, it will copy and move it. Okay, so instead of just moving this leg, it will make a copy and move the copy for me. So what I'm going to have to do as well is to move it, rotate it as well, so that these mortises are on the inside. So what I'll do to begin with is just press Control, select, and I'm just going to drag it out of the way. Next I'm going to go in and rotate the leg. So we'll put the rotate tool on the very top, and I come out and on the red axis and rotate it 90 degrees to the green axis. So that's turned it around to where I need it to go. Now to place this in its correct position, back to move tool, you can press M on the keyboard, and I'm going to click that bottom edge, and I'm going to click the bottom edge of the square that I've drawn out as a guide. Okay, once I've done that, I can copy this one across, but once again I'm going to have to rotate it each time. So move tool, and Control to make a copy. So drag it out of the way, go into Rotate, click on top, come out and rotate at 90 degrees. Move tool, M on the keyboard, click on that bottom and clicking on the bottom corner of the square. Once again, we're going to hit move copy, Control, drag it away, oopsie daisy, try that again, Control, move that out of the way, rotate tool, on top, just make sure you're in a position where you can get it directly on top, drag it out the red axis and swing it around to the green, 90 degrees. Move tool, on that bottom corner, I want it placed on that one. So there we go. There's your legs in place, ready for your apron. Okay, next tutorial we'll look at making the rails and then making the tabletop. Thanks for listening.